Today, I'm sharing a beloved Brazilian fish stew recipe, or as we call it in Brazil, Moqueca de Peixe. It's a vibrant, flavorful masterpiece that brings together the best of Brazilian coastal cuisine. Today, I've got some beautiful fillets of cação that I buy as dogfish or shark in the Asian market. You can also use any fish, has a firm texture that holds up well in a stew, absorbing all those amazing flavors we'll be adding, such as kingfish, swordfish, or hake. The only unusual ingredient is dendê oil that I can buy here in the Asian market as red palm oil. The rich aroma of dendê oil, the creaminess of coconut milk, and the freshness of local fish, it's a combination that never fails to transport me back to my childhood. You will need 4 pounds, 2 kilograms of fish, shark, but you can use hake, kingfish, swordfish, or any other firm fish that won't become too soft when cooked, juice of 1 lemon, 2 tablespoons of salt to taste, 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, 3 tablespoons of chopped garlic, 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro, 3 sliced onions, 2 sliced green bell peppers, 2 sliced orange bell peppers, 1 sliced yellow pepper, 4 sliced tomatoes, 1/3 cup of chopped parsley, 1/4 cup of chopped green onions, 1/4 cup of red palm oil, 50 milliliters, 1/4 cup of olive oil, 50 milliliters, 2 cans of coconut milk, 600 milliliters, and 1 cup of boiling water. I'm going to season the fish generously with salt and freshly ground black pepper. Next, I'm adding a good squeeze of fresh lemon juice. This helps to tenderize the fish slightly. Then, I'm adding some finely minced garlic and a handful of chopped fresh cilantro. I'm going to gently massage all these flavors into our fish. We want every fillet to be evenly coated. Once that's done, we'll set the fish aside to marinate while we prep our vegetables. This little bit of time, about 30 minutes, allows the flavors to really penetrate the fish, making each bite absolutely delicious. Now, let's move on to our vegetables. First up, we have our onions. I'm slicing these into thin half moons. Next, our bell peppers. I'm cutting these into thin strips, about the same size as our onion slices. Finally, our tomatoes. I'm cutting them into thick slices. We want them to hold their shape a bit during cooking. Now that we have all our ingredients prepped, we're ready to start building our moqueca. The key here is to build our stew in layers. I'm going to start with a layer of our sliced onions. These will create a nice bed for our other vegetables and help prevent the fish from sticking to the bottom of the pot. Now, let's add a colorful layer of our bell peppers. I like to mix the colors for a beautiful visual effect. On top of the peppers, we'll add a layer of our sliced tomatoes. As these cook down, they'll release their juices, creating a flavorful sauce for our stew. Finally, our marinated fish, we want a nice, even layer. We're going to repeat these layers until we've used up all our ingredients. Each layer is like a little flavor bomb waiting to explode in your mouth. Add the top layer, that is the chopped parsley and the green onions. Now, here's where the magic really happens. We're going to add 2 very important ingredients, dendê oil and olive oil. First, the dendê oil. This bright red palm oil is a staple in Bahian cuisine and gives our fish stew its distinctive color and flavor. It has a rich, almost nutty taste that's hard to describe and a nice smell that is impossible to forget. I'm drizzling it generously over our layers. Next, a good glug of olive oil. This helps to balance out the strong flavor of the dendê and adds its own fruity notes to our stew. Last but certainly not least, we're adding coconut milk. This is what gives our moqueca its tropical, creamy, luscious texture. I'm pouring it over everything, making sure it seeps down between all our beautiful layers. If you're using thick fish steaks and a tall pot like mine, add 1 cup of boiling water. Now, we're going to cover our pot and let it simmer on medium-low heat. The beauty of moqueca is that it doesn't need stirring. We want those layers to stay intact. Let's take a peek. Oh my, look at those colors. The vibrant orange from the dendê oil and bell peppers, the red from the tomatoes, the flecks of green cilantro and parsley. It's like a beautiful painting in a pot. Now, the taste test. I'm going to carefully taste a bit of the sauce. It's delicious, but I think it could use just a touch more salt to really make the flavors pop. Remember, you can always add more salt, but you can't take it away, so add it gradually and taste as you go. And there you have it, friends. Our fish stew feast is ready. Just look at that. The colors, the textures, the aromas. It's a feast for all the senses. Try it with a generous serving of rice, making sure to get a good mix of fish, vegetables, and sauce from the pot. Well, my friends, we've come to the end of our culinary journey. I hope this recipe inspires you to roll up your sleeves and create your own moqueca fish stew. Thank you for joining me on this journey. From my kitchen to yours, I wish you happy cooking and even happier eating.